Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be showing you how you can copy free images from the internet and resell them to make money online by having them printed on a variety of items including posters, mugs, pillows, and even phone covers. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe buttons if you like the video. I'll also share some new and fresh ideas, tactics, and methods with you, as well as case studies for people who have used this approach to legally and effectively generate money. I'll also show you some brand new websites where you can discover free images that you may duplicate and sell online. So let's get started. Number 1. Copyright protection and public domain images. The first and most important thing is that this procedure is 100% legal. You cannot just come and copy any picture you find on the internet and then sell it because you might end up getting a lawsuit. That's because the image you select could be covered by copyright laws. Basically, whenever you draw or paint a picture, it is instantly protected by law with copyright. You don't even have to register for it since it is instant. Only you have the legal right to use your artwork, including for commercial endeavors, thanks to copyright protection. The problem with copyright protection is that it doesn't continue indefinitely. The duration of copyright protection is finite, and there is a legitimate reason for doing this. This is due to the fact that making art accessible to the general population eventually fosters creativity and serves as an inspiration for new works. Therefore, the phrase public domain is simply used to describe works of art that are no longer covered by copyright laws, either because the creators themselves have decided to do so or because the rights have expired. For instance, many people inquire about the legality of selling Mona Lisa posters because the famed painting copyright protection has expired and the picture is now in the public domain. The answer is yes. In order to create amazing high-definition replica images of his works of art, several extremely kind and brilliant photographers and image editors took photos of well-known historical paintings and posted them to the internet. The courts in the USA and Europe have ruled that these replica images are also in the public domain because they do not meet the standard of originality needed for a photograph to be protected by copyright. As a result, it is legal to use this replica of the Mona Lisa that has been uploaded to Wikipedia and sell it on a variety of goods. Number 2. Websites to use. I'll now present you with 4 websites where you may find a variety of artwork. Wikipedia is the first website where you may find and download photographs without charge. Now, if you go to Wikipedia and perform a search for well-known historical painters, chances are good that you will discover high-quality reproduction photos on the Wikipedia page that you can download and print for free onto items. The greatest problem with Wikipedia is that it takes a while to load since you have to know what person you're looking for. But the biggest issue with Wikipedia, though, is that it's slow because you have to know who or what you're searching for. Therefore, using the second excellent website, freeimages.com, is a lot faster method to explore through the incredible artwork on Wikipedia. This enormous database collects and archives pictures in the public domain found online. So go to the search engine, change it to Fine Art, and then enter in the kind of images you're looking for. So, for instance, you might come here and do a search for flowers if you wanted to make a nice floral pillowcase. And you'll get access to a ton of incredible public domain artwork. When you click on an image, you can discover a link to the artwork's original source, which is often Wikipedia for fine art, and open it to learn more about the painting, including who created it. You can also download the image in a variety of sizes, including its original high-resolution version. That's my second website, which I heartily endorse. RawPixel.com is the third website. This webpage is fantastic. There are many images in this huge image collection. However, unlike freeimages.com, not all of them are in the public domain. There are 2 different categories of images on this site. The first are images made by artists using only raw pixels. When you click on a photo and view the licensing details, you can determine that these are not in the public domain. If it indicates the image has a royalty-free license, it implies the image was developed by RawPixel's artists and that it also has a RawPixel's royalty-free license. This license contains rules and restrictions, including the prohibition of printing the image on products. Just keep in mind that there are other types of images on the internet as well. The second is a wonderful collection of images in the public domain that are completely free to use, including some exact reproductions of well-known masterpieces. The public domain collection may be accessed by going to the top menu, selecting the public domain button, and not a collection of raw pixels. You may browse through these entire 300 dpi high-resolution photos, which are great for printing. The third website for discovering amazing free public domain art is Metropolitan Museum of Art. However, it is crucial that you understand the tips for successfully using this website. They made over 400,000 stunning art reproduction pictures available to the general audience. You might assume that you have a lot of very well-known items to pick from, as the museum is figuratively the largest museum of fine art in the entire world. You can find both well-liked locations and unpopular objects that, if found today, individuals with specialized interests and pastimes would still be interested in purchasing. For instance, if you were looking for a fantastic image of the ocean to sell to divers or other individuals with specialized niche in the oceans, you would start by searching for the phrase ocean, and as soon as you do so, you'll see that a ton of images of various works of art such as sculptures and vases will appear. The secret is to enter the search box and narrow the list of results to find artworks only. You may now view the collection of historical artworks that they are, and once more, so many of these are indisputable classics. Therefore, if you wish to download any of it, you can do so by clicking on the download button, which will direct you to a picture of the artwork in its entirety, and then you may right-click it and download it. Number 3. How to make merchandise, print-on-demand websites. Redbubble. It's time to learn how to make creative merchandise now that we know where to go for a ton of awesome classic paintings that we can legitimately use as the basis for items. Utilizing this website called Redbubble.com, which is completely free, you may create innovative items using these artworks and photos. On the website Redbubble, you may post photographs for free and then sell them as prints, stickers, or phone covers for free. So this is how it goes. You first register for a free Redbubble account. The photo you wish to sell is then uploaded once you've given it a title, descriptive tags, and pertinent keywords. Following that, you check through Redbubble's product selection and pick the ones you believe would best showcase your image. On each product, you may adjust the image to make it seem as you want it to, and then save it. Redbubble will now make product pages for each of the items you create on its website. Customers who are seeking for interesting goods with fantastic niche art that they couldn't get in a huge chain store come to Redbubble in their tens of millions each month. Your product pages will go up in a matter of minutes, allowing people to browse your images and purchase the goods you choose. One of the Redbubble print companies will then print your design on the goods, package it, and send it to the consumer each time a client purchases one of these things. After receiving the payment from the customer, they will deduct the manufacturing costs and pay the profit as a commission. In order to earn a little additional money each month, it might be a really pleasant side business. Now that you are aware of the technique, I'll give you examples of people who have done this effectively so that you might be inspired to think of your own original and innovative approaches. One of the most popular poster categories on Redbubble is referred to as Japanese art. Redbubble will provide some of the most popular and in-demand poster designs if we perform a search for Japanese art posters. You may notice that some of them are old artworks that are now in the public domain if you browse these results. For example, a poster that is part of a woodblock set that's now accessible to be downloaded for free, because it is of course in the public domain. Even though this artwork is ancient, it is nevertheless important for everyone who is interested in the history and culture of Japanese art. It remains really cool. Therefore, in my opinion, that is the most marketable kind of art. People are unlikely to have ever seen this kind of art before. But when the correct client sees it, they are eager to purchase it. And so in my perspective, this is the largest potential when it comes to selling historical art. For instance, now, if we search for flower posters, we'll discover that the most popular poster design isn't one of the most well-known works of art, such as Van Gogh's irises. Instead, it is a picture that most people won't likely be familiar with. It is a little artwork depicting a variety of flowers and plants that was formerly considered private property but is now in the public domain. And as I previously demonstrated, you can now download the painting for free from Wikipedia. But even if they don't know who the artist is, a plant enthusiast would still find this artwork to be quite cool as a poster on the wall. Nevertheless, depending on the audience you're aiming for, iconic paintings might occasionally still be a fantastic pick. So now, for example, if we come back to Redbubble and do a search for a very trendy type of art that is Gothic art, we will see that one of the top trending pictures right now is indeed the very famous historical painting from Vincent van Gogh, The Skull with the Burning Cigarette, which of course you could easily go download for free from freeimages.com in high definition. Therefore, the most popular artworks are occasionally the biggest sellers. Etsy. However, Redbubble is definitely not the only platform where users transform public domain photos into awesome items and then use those things to earn money online. You may also get the same services from a different website called Etsy. Now, for instance, if you head over to Etsy, you'll notice that many individuals there are using paintings that are in the public domain and selling them as print-on-demand products. Therefore, it's not just Redbubble users who are engaging in this behavior. Many other users of other websites are as well. Although repurposing free public domain art to sell print-on-demand products sounds great, whether it be on Etsy or Redbubble, my advice to you would be to read the website's terms and conditions first. This is because even though it is legal to sell public domain art, a website like Redbubble can still choose to restrict how they are to be used on the private website. Also, keep in mind that the rules in effect now can differ from those in effect when you saw this video in the past. You should read the guidelines before using this website, in my opinion. Therefore, be original despite the fact that you may encounter examples of people who just got free photographs from the internet, re-uploaded them, and left them alone. There are two approaches to be original. The first step is to look for unusual art that has never been posted before. The second thing to do is to consider how you might use free images that are in the public domain and combine them with your own materials to create something unique. But as you can see, individuals have altered the image and created new copies of it. Some have taken away the backdrops, changed the image's colors, altered the style, and transformed it into a sketch rather than a painting. As a result, it is no longer a copy, it is now an original. As an illustration, this Redbubble shop transformed this photograph into a high-definition version with fresh colors by using digital restoration techniques. Additionally, I'll demonstrate how to digitally restore or remaster a photo, which is a type of art in and of itself. Number 4. Digitally restoring pictures. Digitally restoring or remastering images is a really wonderful technique to transform images that nobody would want to buy into something that people would enjoy. The best part is that you can accomplish all of this for free and in under a minute online. For someone interested in Japanese culture, history, or samurais for instance, a very amazing Japanese woodblock picture depicting an actor costumed as one would be both interesting and timeless. The only issue is that it has a large, unsightly gray border around it and is now fading. Therefore, nobody would want it put on a poster in its current form. Let's do the restoration. In order to do so, we'll utilize the free Photo Filters website, upload the image we want to restore, and use the autocorrect option. This is how its color correcting works. It will now quickly make those washed out hues stand out. When we go on to the sharp feature and slightly raise the sharpness, the details and paintwork will somewhat stand out, turning it into a high-definition version of itself. The gray border around the poster has to be removed in order to complete our remaster, which we can achieve for nothing by utilizing the crop option. Thus, in less than a minute, we can digitally repair and remaster an old, forgotten image, creating something entirely new in the process. Number 5. Evaluation. Using this website, TinEye, you may determine the potential earnings from a specific image. You can tell if you're coming up with anything original or simply repeating what others have done. TinEye is a reverse image search tool that lets you submit a photo and has it search the internet for related images that have been posted on other websites. Using a well-known image will reveal how many times it has been posted. You may directly search for a certain website if you want to check it out, and you'll discover that many individuals are attempting to sell this image on Redbubble. If you select a less well-known image though, you'll see that fewer people are sharing it and even fewer are selling it online, giving you a better chance to make money. So I hope that watching this video has inspired you to think of some original ideas for how you may take outdated, unappreciated, free photos and then repurpose them into something fresh that brightens people's lives right now. To ensure that you don't miss any of my future videos, please subscribe to the channel and click the small notification bell. You should also view my other videos if you want to discover other free internet income opportunities. See you in the next video. Until then, peace out.